Hey everyone, and welcome back to my completionist playthrough of the Baldur's Gate Saga with SCS. So here we are back in Vale after our adventures in the Umar Temple ruins, after defeating the Shadow Dragon and the Shade Lord himself. And in this episode I think we're going to check up on our strongholds, do some quests there, and also we have day 18. So I think we should start getting the follow-ups to some of the quest chains of our party members. We'll see how it plays out exactly. But before we leave Vale, let's have a proper conclusion to the storyline here. Let's talk to some of the townspeople, see what the general mood of the populace is here, and then we'll be on our way. So as you can see, most of the farmers and herders from the neighboring areas have already returned home, but we are going to be able to talk to some people still. First the merchants, and we're going to be able to sell some stuff as well. They are going to be happy, of course. It looks like trade is going to improve now that the troubles in the area have been dealt with, and apparently Madolf has already visited the village at least once to do some trading, and we're going to be able to do some trading of our own. And we can sell some of this stuff. Oh yeah, and we can give this sling +2 to Edwin, and also supply him with some ammo while we're at it. Also this guy, I was sure I was a goner. Yeah, basically mentioning the same thing. Of course, you know, a very happy ending all around here. Everyone's going to be pretty pleased with our success. Travor here is actually going to mention once again that if we were a ranger, we would be able to get the ranger stronghold here and become the next ranger protector of Vale after Mirella died. And he's actually the only one who's going to even mention Mirella and like try to remember her, you know, good deeds and her sacrifice, I guess. He's going to drink to her memory. Then we have Johanna, and I think she's still going to be, yeah, pretty distrustful of the ogres. And then Ander is going to mention Durbert, that apparently it seems like he didn't abandon adventuring. Yeah, ran off to be a bloody adventurer. Damn fool got a hold of a sword and some ale. But anyway, depending on what he says, he has a different line where Mazzy can actually chime in. Yeah, and talk about the members of her adventuring party. And then finally you have Vincenzo. He's going to be pretty pleased as well, even if the culprit didn't turn out to be Umar. I never wished Umar to be the culprit, I only feared it, and she be out there still. So anyway, now we are done here, but on our way to Athkatla, we're going to make a stop at the Diarnis Keep, and we should have a quest there. Oh yeah, we also can talk to Nelek, also the same thing. And yeah, that is a peculiar arrangement that the village has with the ogres, but it works. It does what it's supposed to achieve.
Jaheira, I would have words with you.
Yeah, so we do indeed have a follow-up for Jaheira here.
Dermin? What are you doing back here? I am glad to see you. I had thought our friendship would...
I am not here for a social call. This is the last time we will see each other peacefully. I have come to speak a warning. It has been decided. You are a killer of Harpers and a traitor. You have collaborated with our known enemies. Your execution has been ordered. What? Such a thing has never been done. This is a very special case. You have faced little opposition from the Harpers so far. From here on, the attacks will increase in severity unless you come with me now. What do you mean? This is an internal matter of justice and does not involve this Senashira. You can spare her the attacks if you submit. No matter what we respond here with, and this is going to be Jaheira's decision to make. Think on it, Jaheira. You will receive the hearing you wish. So she is going to think about it. There will be no other warnings. So yeah, the Jaheira's questline is going to progress, and in order to advance it, we're going to have to rest outdoors, which we are going to do in a second. But first let's check inside. And I think we should have a little dispute to solve here.
Our actions are good. And will serve the greater value.
Yeah, we're going to have the angry merchant by the name of Tolmas Bendelia demanding to see us. Apparently his caravan was waylaid by bandits in the area. Will you grant this man an audience, my lady? Certainly. So there he is, demanding immediate restitution. Bandits have invaded the passes in the southern reaches of your land. Bandits! I have had my caravans traveling through this area for the past 10 years and have never heard of bandits here. Those fiends burned my caravan and took all my goods. I demand restitution, and a guarantee that these bandits will be eliminated as soon as possible. If you do not, so here comes a little blackmail, if you ignore me, I swear that not only shall I not travel through these lands again, but that I shall foreclose on every farmhold I hold a debt for. So yeah, there are basically two issues here. First off, we have what already happened to this merchant, and we can pay him some restitution, I guess, or purchase the debts from him. And there's also the matter of the security in our lands and what happens in the future. So we are going to be able to recruit some mercenaries to improve the security. And yeah, paying him, which we are going to do, I think there is no game mechanics difference between like paying him as a restitution or purchasing those debts, but for role-playing reasons I always go with this one. I will not have my people threatened. I will purchase the farmhold's debts from you. Yeah, their debts are worth around 1,000 gold, the same as was the worth of my caravan, so it makes a little difference. It makes a difference to me. So we pay him, and then we are also going to recruit the best mercenaries and like in the most timely manner, I guess, so that our lands can be safe from any bandit attacks. So yeah, 15,000 experience for us for that 1,500 gold that we have paid. And that was basically the best thing that we could do. We could have executed executed him actually. You can execute like almost everyone or anyone that comes to visit you in your stronghold, but of course your people are not going to like you much if you keep doing that kind of stuff. So basically we did the best thing. We made sure that none of the farmholds are going to suffer because of that, and we will improve the safety on the roads, I guess, in the region. And here we collected the taxes. That the amount was stashed here. I just wanted to show that off. I'm not going to collect them like every week. We're going to just let the money to like pile on a little bit more. And yeah, now we can continue on. And we are going to rest outdoors. But before we do so, it's about time that we level some of our guys. So Mazzy is going to get level 13. That's a very big level for her. A lot of saving throw boosts, Thaco, and of course at level 13 she got that half of an attack per round that every warrior class gets at level 13. So now she has 2.5 attacks with Daystar. And we can also level up Anomen, and level 16 is going to be a big one for him as well. He gets a weapon proficiency point, some saving throws boosts, his Thaco is reduced, and more spell slots. And I think we're going to continue with what we have started before, and we're going to specialize in flails. And I think now that we have 2 points in there, I think I'm going to start leveling his dual wielding, which is of course going to take a long while, but at least now he is going to be able to effectively wield the Flail of Ages, and we're going to equip him with it right away. And this is going to improve his damage dealing capabilities by a lot. This is of course an excellent weapon, a big upgrade to his just normal mace +2 that we can get rid of. And we also need to rearrange our spells after those fights. We don't need these lower resistances for now. We can go back to Breach, and here I think I'm going to take 1 globe. On Edwin, we're also going to get rid of these lower resistances and get back to his chaos spells. And I think the rest is fine. Yeah, we're going to set up a new minor sequencer on him. And yeah, and Anomen has some more slots, so we can get some Armor of Faith and drop on Holy Might on him. I think another Dispel Magic is going to be a good choice. He is our highest Dispel Magic caster now, being... well, he has been for a while, but now that he's level 16, that's a pretty good Dispel Magic. I think it's worth it, memorizing more of those. And here, maybe more Blade Barrier. Maybe we're going to change it before some upcoming encounters. We'll see. But now we can rest.
Good morning, my lad. How are ye this morning? I did not wish to startle ye, but I was walking by and could not help but notice this note blowing in the wind.
So here we have a fellow called Termincel, And we're going to meet him again later and learn a little bit more about him, because there is more to this lad. Suffice to say, Terminsel is just an anagram for a different name. But anyway, he continues about that note. It looks important, and I should not wish anyone to lose what is really important. Do you hear what I'm saying to thee? I thought so. Good luck. So, as you might have noticed, Jaheira is not with us anymore, and Terminsel gives us this note from her. Senashira, goodbye. No sappy farewells or crying over how things must be. I do neither of these things well, nor would I wish to. I have made a decision, one that is not ideal, but it is necessary. I can go nowhere without this shadow, and I wish to leave it behind. I am returning to the Harper hold, that I might face judgment there. I will plead the case as we saw it, for whatever they accuse, and if they do not see reason, then I will suffer what I must. Galvaray had detractors as well as allies, so I believe I can end this in my favor. If not, at least it will be an end. I do not ask you to follow. I do this for myself, and there will be little or no gain for you. You may still be a target of violence, but perhaps their interest in you will wither beside the capture of a traitor. For better or worse, I am taking control once more. I hope to see you again in better times. With nature's love in mine, Jaheira. So, of course, we are going to immediately go after her. We're going to go back to Athkatla, to the docks district, and get her back.
Squire Anomen, a word, if you please.
Oh yeah, and speaking of different follow-ups to personal quest chains, it seems like the time for Anomen's test has come.
How may I be of assistance?
In Torm's name, I greet thee. The time has come. Indeed it has. In the name of the prelate, the council requests you return to the High Hall. I shall return and stand in Helm's light to be judged for my deeds and strength of arms. So shall it be. In Torm's name I bless thee, Anomen, and also thee. That's going to be his standard response, as you will see soon. But, yeah, we will go to the Temple District, to the Order of the Radiant Heart, to see if he has been judged worthy to become a knight. But first, let's get Jaheira back. And, yeah, we don't need any buffs here. I'm just going to switch to some ranged weapons on Kirinai, and let's just go in. And we're going to be greeted by some hostile mercenaries here.
Yes?
Which is, pretty... what would be the word? Like, pretty concerning, let's say. And I'm just going to buff up Senashira a little bit. We can use some arrows of acid here, and we can just go in. One of them, I think, is an archer, and there are just two fighter guys here. Actually might go into melee with this archer, so he doesn't bother us. Alright, so this is just the beginning, not a very difficult encounter, of course. Alright, now we have to rearrange some of our stuff. Now that we don't have Jaheira with us, we need some of her inventory space. And that's basically it. Alright, and now we can proceed further upstairs and see what's up.
Speak. It will be done.
What are you doing? Why are you here?
Your troubles are my troubles, Jaheira, and you will not face them alone. Senashira, you magnificent bastard. I would kill you for following me if I were not so glad to see you. This is a good response. Jaheira, I don't care that... What? Glad? I thought you wanted this. I wanted to atone with the Harpers, but they are not they. I think revenge is more a factor here. The true Harpers have abandoned this garish place. Notice the lack of spectral harpists? They were here at one time, and they would not leave their post unless it was no longer to be guarded. But it is guarded, just not by Harpers. Our fighting is not done. We may still be hunted. I must ask Dermin if I see him again. He told me to come here, so I need to know if his allegiance has changed or not. Those we kill in self-defense may look like Harper allies, even if they are not. We have no choice, and I will not feel guilty over this tangled web anymore. Let's get out of here, but take care. If their tactics are as simple as their motives, then you may have been allowed to pass. Our exit may be treacherous. then we will go together. Rejoin and walk with me.
Yes?
So yay, we have Jaheira back already. Everything is back to normal, except her script. Alright, now we can just give her back some of her stuff. And I always keep this like lock of Jaheira's hair. Obviously it doesn't serve any purpose outside of the Baron Ployer's quest, but I just kind of like to keep it on Jaheira, just so she can have this as a kind of a reminder, I guess, what we've been through. But yeah, before we proceed downstairs, here I will do some light pre-buffs. We might throw in a bless in there, a chant. Now we're going to have mirror images on Edwin, and I think we might give spirit armor to Senashira. And that's going to be basically it, I think. Nothing major is needed. Let's just wait for a second so that Edwin can cast immediately, and now let's go. So there's going to be another group of mercenaries. And this time they have a cleric with them and a mage. 2 fighters, and I think there's also an invisible thief that's going to want to backstab us, lurking somewhere in there. So let's allow them to get their pre-buffs. Yeah, they're not too high level. The mage has minor spell turning, minor globe. I think the cleric doesn't have Shield of the Archons. Yeah. Anyway, let's first throw in a little remove magic from Senashira here. Let's see if we can dispel some of them. And with the other characters we can just kind of go in, and we're going to wait with Edwin for a second. Until after that remove magic hits. Alright, it was not effective. So we need to have Kira and I dispel the illusions off of that mage, and we're going to use our power word silence on that cleric. On Edwin. Alright, cool. The cleric is silenced, and it's no longer a threat to us. And yeah, this thief revealed himself here. So let's actually try to dispose of him first. Okay, remove magic on Kiranai, that's not going to matter. We only have light pre-buffs. Let's actually spread out a little bit and try to get that those illusions off of him. And also, did he cast anything? Yeah, he cast protection from magical weapons. So once his improved invisibility is gone, we could either spell thrust him and then breach him, or we can just go with normal weapons and just cut through his stone skins, which I think is what we're going to do. Alright, now his illusions are dispelled. So let's just do that. Let's try to just cut through his stuff. And we should be fine.
What is it? Sire?
You have normal arrows as well. Alright, cool.
In defense of virtue.
He's casting invisibility, I think, because that's an illusion spell. We need to dispel him again.
Speak.
In the meantime... Alright, not in the meantime. I wanted to hit this guy, but the mage is already revealed again. So let's just get back to it. Right, he wanted to cast something again, and I wanted to interrupt him with the Wand of the Heavens, but it seems like that's not going to be necessary anymore. Alright, and now it's just going to be the cleanup. We have that cleric who is silenced and cannot cast any spells. And then we have a fighter left, I think. Let's actually have our melee guys attack the cleric, because she has physical mirror, so she's going to reflect projectiles.
Yes?
Alright, and we're done. So we have Jaheira back, but of course this is not the end of her questline, but you know, a vital moment here. We now know that it's very suspicious how these supposed Harpers are acting. Alright, we have a dagger +2 here and some basic equipment that we're just going to sell. Some more potions of invisibility. Alright, anything else? Oh, basically nothing.
Yes?
Alright, so now we're done with here, with this whole business here. now the next order of business, I think,
This will not take long.
is going to be getting Anomen knighted. It is about time. So let us go into the temple district.
If it must be done.
And witness the ceremony.
Sir Ryan Troll, I have arrived and am prepared to be judged.
Excellent, Squire Anomen. The prelate waits within. May Torm be with you on this day. And also with you. Step inside the hall. I shall speak with you when you are finished. Your party may accompany you if you wish. I do wish it. Senashira, follow me and observe the judgment.
Anomen Delrin, son of Kor and Moirala, do you stand before me pledged to the service of justice? Do you stand before me pledged to the service of righteousness?
Prelate of the Order, I so stand. I pledge my life to the service of justice and righteousness. Anomen Delrin, do you stand before me seeking a knighthood of the Order? I do so stand. Do you stand before me, prepared to accept the judgment of Torm? Are your actions and those you travel with laid bare? Shall I judge you as I have been judged? My past and my actions I lay bare before you. I ask that you judge me as you have been judged. May the spirit of Torm enter this chamber. May my judgment be unclouded. Welcome to this place, Anomen. Is there aught that you would say before we begin? Thank you, Prelate. I would say that all of my life I have dreamed of this day, and becoming a knight is the culmination of those dreams. Judge me as you have been judged. So shall it be. The judgment is clear. Anomen Delrin, you have proven yourself worthy. I dub thee Sir Anomen, Knight of the Order. Arise and give your oath. Under witness of all gathered, I swear to uphold the honor of the Order for as long as I shall live. I pledge my dying breath to the service of good. In Helm's name, I thank thee, Prelate. I swear that I shall never falter beneath the banner of Helm. Go then, Sir Anomen, and serve the cause. You shall serve beneath the paladin Ryan Troll, a righteous man. May Torm bless thee. And also thee, of course. Sinashira, I must speak with Sir Ryan Troll now. Alright, so... well, let's just conclude this. Finally.
Sir Anomen, I congratulate you. As your new superior, I welcome you and honor your knighthood.
I thank you, Paladin Ryan Troll. I am pleased to serve you with strength of arms and a faith in Torm.
Normally, you would accompany me as my man-at-arms, but while you continue on a righteous path, you may escort Sinashira. Go well, Sir Anomen, and Torm bless thee. May Torm also bless thee. So yeah, I guess,
What is it?
you know, his first assignment is just going to be continuing, I guess, on his adventures, proving himself even further as a knight of the Order of the Radiant Heart. So he got 50,000 experience. So congratulations, Anomen, you are now a knight.
At your command.
And as you can see, he is now known as Sir Anomen. His wisdom increased to 16, and he became lawful good instead of lawful neutral. So of course he lost access to some spells, like Unholy Blight or Unholy Word, that he had access to while being a neutral cleric. But of course they don't really matter. The good versions are way, way better, because most of the opponents we face in the game are evil aligned. So yeah, because of the increase in wisdom, he's also going to have some lower level bonus memorization slots. So we might as well go with one more Remove Fear. Let's have an abundance of them. And Armor Faith, we're going to, especially later on, he is going to rely on his mitigation a lot. And I think we can get some more chance then. And yeah, that's going to be it. So yeah, Sir Anomen now. And he's going to change. His behavior is going to change. A lot of his interjections now change. And you know, he's not going to be as much of a brat, and I am going to miss Anomen's old self, I have to say. And I think as a final farewell to his old, like, bratty self, I am going to post, I think at the end of the episode, I'm going to go back to an earlier save and just go through the different banters using the console commands to show you one banter that he has, I think with Mazzy. And like, you will just have to see it, how he behaves. But yeah, his behavior changes, his interjections. Unfortunately, a lot of his cool, like, bratty interjections are now going to be gone or slightly different. And it's also a bit of a shame that, you know, in our playthrough, it didn't really work out to be that we would have Keldorn for a long time, because Keldorn and Anomen have a kind of a tense relationship with each other. Before Anomen passes his test, he actually is like very rude to Keldorn, who tries to be patient with Anomen and tries to give him advice and assume a role of a mentor, kind of. And then after Anomen passes his test, they have a banter later on in which Anomen actually apologizes to Keldorn and thanks him for his patience.
Yes? Direct me as you will.
And there's also going to be banter with Anomen, how he's just happy, you know, having achieved his dream, and you know, something that he was so discouraged by his father and, you know, all of those troubles, and now he finally has an achievement that he can be truly proud of and attain some inner peace. So finally, you know, he has some recognition and an achievement to be proud of. So that's really cool for Anomen. And now we have a little bit more time left. I think we can go to the Slums and check up on our second stronghold. There's also a quest for Mazzy here in front of the Copper Coronet, but I'm going to like elaborate on it, I think, next episode. I'm going to have to prepare a special save for it, because right now for us it would be bugged. And like I said, we're going to speak more of it, I think, in the next episode, in which we're going to do Mazzy's quests, both here and her more involved quest in Trade Meet. So anyway, let's check up on our students here, on our apprentices. Oh yeah, so they finished. Well, that was an interesting lesson. We did it, hurrah! What Nara is trying to say is that we successfully made the dagger you requested. It was certainly a challenge, and we are all pleased of the results. So yeah, she's happy. Of course, the dagger is going to be called Dagger of Senashira. And now it's already time for the next project. And they're going to express a little bit of a concern about their pace, but it seems like their studies are pretty intense, man. We've got to keep the pressure up. If we fall behind, we'll never catch up. Alright, so the next assignment is to scribe a scroll. And there are, again, 3 options. In order of difficulty, it's either going to be Mislead, Abidelzim's Horrid Wilting, or Meteor Swarm. And I'm going to go with the safest one, the Mislead scroll. And they should be safe after working on that. The scrolls are really something that you should probably always go for the Mislead scroll, because the other scrolls are just like not really worth it. There's so many other places that you can get like Horrid Wilting and then later on Meteor Swarm, that it's really not worth it to get one from here. The next lesson, the last one, the third project they're going to be on, that one is where you want to sacrifice some guys in order to get some good items. And of course we're going to talk about that in a little bit. We also have all of these quest items that we're not going to need. The Symbol of a Minotaur, Sun Gem, the Shadow Dragon Wardstone. We're going to leave all of those in here. And our dagger, it's just a +1 dagger, but it's called Dagger of Senashira. So it has some uniqueness to it. And we're just going to leave all of those items in our storage area here. Alright, and I think this is going to be it. In the next episode we're going to start out with some new quests and adventures. And also, I think, like I said, as a final farewell to the old Anomen, I'm going to also post a really notable banter he has. So I thank you for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.
In truth, when the Order sees my worth, I'll no longer need to travel with lowly folk such as you there, halfling.
So here it is, the banter I mentioned. Welcome back.
It does not befit an aspiring knight to speak in such a manner.
Hold your tongue, lest I cut it from your cursed mouth. Wow, you are no paladin, nor shall you ever be. Learn your place, for I shall suffer your delusions no longer. And we can respond, of course, that we don't want any fights in the party. And he's like, I shall stay my hand for now. Oh, Anomen, I will miss your pre-knighthood self. And you know, almost every character that we have come across and recruited into our party, at one point or another, have said something like that to Anomen, that his conduct is very different from what is expected out of a knight. But he never had a moment of reflection, you know, he just always doubles down on it and responds with threats. So anyway, I just wanted, as a final farewell, like I said, to his old self before becoming a knight, let this be a reminder of who he used to be, and of course these angry tendencies are still going to be a little apparent even in Sir Anomen. But anyway, let that be a nice conclusion to the episode. And once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.